You became normal to survive, blended in to belong. You smoothed your edges so you wouldn't be left behind. And somewhere along the way, you mistook the mask for your face. Not all masks are dramatic. Some are subtle, polite, socially acceptable, so normal you forget they're even masks at all. You built one. Everyone does. It looked like a personality. It sounded like preferences. It passed as style, stability, sensibility. But it was never who you are. It was who you became when it was safer not to stand out, when exile wasn't an option, when being left meant being nothing. This is the archetype of the orphan, not just the child abandoned by people, but the soul abandoned by recognition. The orphan doesn't want to be special. It wants to be safe. It wants to be like everyone else because sameness means survival. So you stopped asking to be seen. You stopped needing to be right. You stopped saying what made people uncomfortable. You learned to blend, to be good, to be fine, even when you weren't. And over time, the performance became the person, not because you were fake, but because you were afraid. Afraid that your real self was too much, too intense, too strange, too fragile. So you built an identity not from desire, but from avoidance. You avoided your power so you wouldn't threaten anyone. Avoided your pain so you wouldn't be pitied. Avoided your needs so you wouldn't be shamed. And the more you avoided, the more invisible you became. But people loved you. They praised your humility, your adaptability, your service, your groundedness, your wisdom. They said you were easy to be around. What they really meant was, you never make us uncomfortable. And for a while, that was enough. Until one day it wasn't. Until you felt the ache, the hollowness, the subtle grief of realizing that everything people loved about you was actually a reaction to fear. You weren't being loved. Your avoidance was. This is what the orphan learns very late sometimes in life, that the safety of being likable is not the same as the sacredness of being known. And the longer you perform normal, the more distant your real self becomes. Not gone, just buried, waiting for the moment when survival isn't the goal anymore. That moment is now, because avoidance is no longer working. You know too much, you feel too much, need too much truth to keep smiling through the ache. And this is the great return. Not to the wildness or rebellion, but to the realness, to the self that has always been there, soft, sharp, unedited. The orphan doesn't get exiled twice. You either keep living unseen or you step forward and become someone who can no longer be ignored. You speak, you show, you stop pretending that your truth is dangerous. And you find out slowly that some people leave, but the ones who stay, they meet you. And this time, you're the one who stayed first. And remember, you didn't lose yourself. You left yourself behind to be safe. Now it's time to go back and bring you home. Welcome to The Architect Speaks.